I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
I believe this is my desk.
Well, that depends on what you've got in that flask of yours.
They replaced the actor who played F. Scott Fitzgerald in the pilot. But star Christina Ricci, the producers of Z, The Beginning of Everything, and Amazon, well, they should have retooled a lot more of this watered-down look at the it couple of the well-lubricated jazz age if they truly wanted to capture lightning in a bottle. Launching tomorrow with a 10-episode first season on the House of Bezos streaming service, the series, based on Theresa Ann Fowler's 2013 book Z, a novel of Zelda Fitzgerald, aims to take us up close and very personal with the once Zelda Sarah of Montgomery, Alabama, and her Princeton University-educated and best-selling author husband. From their first meeting just before Fitzgerald himself is shipped out to World War I, to the publication of his acclaimed first novel, This Side of Paradise, which had more than a few of Zelda's words used in it, to put it mildly, to their NYC fame, fortune, hard-drinking betrayals, and tumultuous attempts at reconciliation and redemption.
Those are my words. From my letter. You used my words?
Problem is, the half-an-hour in episode Z tries very hard, and while Ricci admirably and fearlessly inhabits the role of the creative and sometimes crazed Zelda, this tale of the beautiful and the damned just skips on the surface in a way that makes Baz Luhrmann's ultimately shallow The Great Gatsby look like a dive in the deep end of the cultural pool. And that is a goal you really don't want to meet. Or to sum it all up, as the F. Scott portraying Australian actor David Hoflin says in the show, I got drunk and I lost myself.
You just think you can do as you please. But that's not the way life works. Trust me, I know.
And yep, that's kind of about it with Z. And despite turns by David Strathanen as Zelda's stern judge of a father, Z is a bit of a behind-the-music format, with the rise, the big hit, and the big times of wine, whiskey, and roses, and then the fall, and if you know this story, the resurrection part isn't quite played out as it is on that VH1 show. Now, not uncommon in this age of peak TV, the pacing of Z is one of its biggest hurdles. Southern charm of almost 100 years ago aside, the series doesn't really take off until Fitzgerald's career does, and Zelda comes to New York, they marry, and she decides they'll rule the town as the couple her way, which is not how the perpetually drunk, insecure, and spendthrift Scott planned on things going. And that's far too deep into the series than most may be willing to wander. As is benefiting one of the great American writers of the 20th century, the book-selling Amazon, they're big on F. Scott Fitzgerald. With this series, and the Kelsey Grammer-led The Last Tycoon, based on the writer's last unfinished novel, coming out too. Now, the latter saw its June 16, 2016 debuting pilot picked up to series about a month later, and is expected out later this year. And because Zelda herself really was a force of nature, a wily, glamorous flapper, good and bad, Fitzgerald's muse, and an unaccredited collaborator on many of his books for many years, she is certainly worthy of a series of her own. But this is not that show. Or to quote the show, no one has ever measured, not even the poets, how much the heart can hold. But they have measured, even in this era of peak TV, how much an audience can endure. And there's not too much of Z they're gonna want to.